So we got Tony Alvarado versus Jake Dillon.
An interesting matchup. Tony Alvarado coming to us from Underdog MMA. He has a couple of teammates that made the trip up from Connecticut with them this week. Yeah, no relation. We have two Alvarados from the same gym, Underdog MMA. No relation whatsoever.
All right,
Alvarado
I was curious
fighting
if
later.
they might be brothers, you know, but
no relation.
Not everybody's as lucky as I am to have a younger brother that fought on the same card so many times.
So, Tony Alvarado.
And again, another guy over here in the Underdog MMA corner is Carlos Candelario. I believe I said his last name correctly, but was a standout prospect. He went out, fought on the Contender Series 2 years ago, did a great job. Beat up Jose Aldo's jiu-jitsu coach, if I remember correctly. But, you know, is a great athlete down there at Underdog MMA.
You know, with one fight under his belt already, Tony the Tank Alvarado is a short, compact bantamweight. You know, this fight, of course, being held at a catch weight. Both of these guys are 5'5", so you're going to see two virtually identical people squaring off in that cage against each other. You know, he's built like a little tank. Is Tony Alvarado.
Yeah, short and stocky guy. A lot of power behind those guys a lot of times.
Coming out in the tie shorts. Let's see if that's indicative of his fighting style.
And this place is about to get loud for a second because this US MMA crowd is always prevalent here at Plymouth Memorial Hall. Jake Dillon making his debut, a very young man, only 19 years old, making that first walk. Local kid, actually from Plymouth, trains all the way up in Bellingham with his girlfriend, Ashley Barrett.
Who will be fighting later.
At least that's what I heard. I'm like 90% sure that that is true.
Yeah.
All right, good.
No relation, by the way.
No relation.
But that's a really good name. Strong name.
If there's another Kurzankowski out there, then I'm related to them. There's no chance. There's no confusion.
Yeah, Jake Dillon come from a great camp, US MMA, making his amateur debut.
Actually had the pleasure of getting around with him a couple weeks ago over at Lausanne's MMA. They do a lot of cross-training up there. You know, he's a very athletic kid, had a good cardio tank, so hopefully he brings that to the cage tonight.
Making the walk, 19 years old. US MMA trying to get on the map in the win column early here tonight.
It kind of looks like Frodo.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That might just be me, but.
Powerful beard for Jake Dillon.
Absolutely.
Only 19 years old.
Both guys touting a thick beard.
Love it. Beard versus beard.
On the other hand, cannot grow facial hair outside of a nice Joe Dirt-esque spotty grow.
Both these guys really similar builds. Short, stocky guys. Jake Dillon makes his way into the cage for the first time. Shy will get us going, and Andy will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the fifth fight of the evening. An amateur catchweight mixed martial arts bout at 140 pounds, scheduled for 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 1 victory and no defeats. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, and he weighed in at 141 pounds. From New Britain, Connecticut, he's representing Underdog MMA. Let's hear it for Tony the Tank Alvarado. And now introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 139 1/2 pounds. from Plymouth, Massachusetts, he's representing USMMA, and tonight he makes his mixed martial arts debut. Let's hear it for Jake Dillon. And when the action begins, our referee for this matchup is Chris Burke.
There we have it. Chris Burke, the man in charge. Tony Alvarado, Jake Dillon. We're ready to go.
Here we go. Red and gray tie trunks for Tony Alvarado. Gray trunks for Jake Dillon. These guys are ready. Looks of violence in both of their eyes.
Oh, right hand right off the bat.
Right hand.
That stung Tony the Tank early, but
Let's see if he can cinch up.
Oh, what a takedown.
Both guys
These
coming
guys
out
not wasting
aggressive.
any time.
Not
Big-
a chance.
big knockdown and a big slam.
Tony's
right
got to
out
watch
the
his
gate.
neck.
They said, oh, we're going to feel each other out real quick.
Got that chin cup, does Jake Dillon, but Tony Alvarado
If
in
he
with the
could-
double
Yeah.
underhooks here, squeezing that spine, trying to break down the posture.
Yeah, if he can get some pressure from the top of that with that elbow on top of his head, maybe sneak his shoulder above the top of the head there,
He did a good job.
work a guillotine, or at least use it to get back up. You know, if he can get his hips against the cage, use that as a lever, stand right up
Ooh,
here. If you get
Alvarado's on top now.
Right in front of us, Alvarado landed some good ground and pound there. but
Ooh,
good
Jake Dillon
escape.
right back up
Nice
to his feet.
knee. Unfortunately, it missed, but both guys showing some nice grappling.
Clinch battle here. Right up against the wall.
Doing a good job walking
Ooh.
the cage. Never mind.
Ducked under, took the back. Great job
Great.
from Tony the Tank. But right back to the feet is Jake Dillon.
Yeah, doing a great job getting back to his feet here tonight.
Still has double underhooks, does Tony the Tank. As he scores another takedown in this first round.
Dillon's in a really compromised position right here. He's lost all sorts of leverage. He's kind of giving up his side here.
Got the Dagestani handcuff, does
Yeah.
Tony the Tank.
Yeah, and he's got it right against the cage, too.
You
That's
know,
trouble.
look at he just dumped
Looking
both
for the
legs
hooks
in.
now.
Oh,
Beautiful
He's
job.
stretching him out.
In.
Big shots here.
Great job with
Jake's
that
got to
back
get
kick.
moving.
There goes the neck.
Jake's got to get moving.
That's under the chin. That's cinched
He's got
up.
to fight it. He's got to fight it.
He's fighting the hands.
Oh, Tony Alvarado looking to get out of here in the first round.
Oh, he might be able to get out of here. He's fighting the hands, doing a good job, staying active.
Hands are clasped.
You
He's
know,
got to arch his hips.
I'd like to see a 2-on-1 here, but he's doing a good job staying active.
Toughness from Jake Dillon.
He is stretched out here.
Yeah, but the hip pressure's not as tight as you think it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little high in the back, but there he is under the chin again.
Nice.
Jake Dillon's got him.
Oh.
That neck.
He's got
Jake
30
Dillon
seconds.
not quitting yet.
See if he can stay alive.
He's
for
kind
30
of on the
seconds.
side. It looks like he might be able to sneak out. It looks like he's got a
No,
little bit more breathing room.
He's got plenty of room in there.
Yeah, he's got a tiny bit of room to breathe here.
Alvarado's kind of got to position his chest. He's almost on the side.
Alvarado,
Too much to finish this choke.
Alvarado's got to he's got to arch his back
Yes.
and stretch him out.
He's getting the
He
mouth.
lost it.
Great
Wow.
transition. Great
Again.
awareness.
Dillon
Back
survived
in this
that.
same position yet again. This is the third time
He's
we've seen
headhunting
him.
here.
Great job flattening him out.
Again, he's not using his legs here. It might look like he has control. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah,
but he is
Yeah.
missing out on a lot of pressure and
You're
a lot
right.
of opportunities to make him carry his weight.
Yeah, he had the back mount, but he wasn't arching. He wasn't stretching him out right.
Nope, not at all.
So Tony the Tank comes out. They touch him up. He eats a big shot right in the opening second that definitely stung him,
Yep.
stacking him backwards. But then it was all Tony Alvarado after that, landing
Right.
a big slam, persistent with the clinch, scored a couple of takedowns, was able to keep Jake Dillon down, and scored some great ground and pound, sunk in a couple of really near finishing rear naked chokes, but Jake Dillon showing his toughness and very technical escapes from those rear naked chokes. You know, he was kind of giving his neck up, but he was confident that he was able to get out to the side, fight the hands, and get out, but great transitions from Tony Alvarado, maintaining top pressure, whether it was mount, back take, flattening him out, ground and pound, submission attempts, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and like you said, Jake Dillon, did a great job keeping his composure. I mean, he was being choked there. He had him there. But he was able to keep his composure, not panic, and fight it through it and get out of there. Interesting first round. Let's see what happens. I'd like to see some more striking.
Jake Dillon has to make some adjustments there. He does not want to be in that same spot again. Tony Alvarado might really
Look
want
of
to take this
confidence
fight
on
back
Alvarado's
down.
face. Oh, man, he just swung a big right hand. Comes out southpaw.
Quick little head kick there.
Into the clinch. Nice strikes there.
Nice knee from Alvarado.
Right to the body.
There's a good left hook in there to the body from Tony. Double underhooks again right in front of the broadcast booth.
Tony Alvarado pinning him up against the wall with one arm, punching him with the other.
Jake Dillon gets that underhook back on the right side. He's going to use it and switch his hips, but Tony Alvarado looking for that trip. Great balance from Jake Dillon.
Oh, big strikes there. Oh, nice knee to the body for Tony. And answered right back for Jake.
Kind of just gave up
Right
a big,
back on the
big
back
position
here.
right there.
He's going
Oh,
right
and
under
here
the
we
neck
are.
again.
Same as last time.
That's deep. That's deeper. He
Alvarado's got to
to
try to stretch this out now.
If Alvarado could take that left leg and drive his heel to his butt, he would drive his hips right into Jake Dillon's back and secure a dominant position here. But
Dillon
as you
gets
can
it.
see, he does not have much control.
Out. What do they say? Position before submission.
Early position before
Let's
the
see if we can
submission.
get some straight punches here. Come on, throw a low kick.
Oh, beautiful 1-2 down the pipe from Alvarado.
Knees to the body.
Doing a good job blocking him, though. But
Oh, left
definitely
hook.
seeing who's got a better gas tank here in the third round.
And Alvarado's starting to piece these hands together. Jake Dillon has eaten a couple of good punches in these exchanges.
These clinch battles are just exhausting.
You know, he's really, yeah. You know, I'm really interested to see if we get to see any shoulder strikes tonight.
Hey, can amateurs shoulder? I don't even know.
Why
not?
wouldn't they be able to?
I don't know. It's almost like an elbow, I guess.
Here we go.
Except it's
He
a
went for
shoulder.
that head and arm throw, and Alvarado countered it.
Alvarado's got to sink his hooks.
Again, he just missing all these opportunities. You know, if you know you want to get your hips behind, drop a leg in.
Yep.
See, he's doing
Now
a good
stretch
job
him
getting
out.
there. He kind of knows the position,
He's high on the
but
back.
he's so
Way too
high
high
that
here.
there's no pressure on Dillon here.
Yeah,
just
and
looks really
Dillon's
good.
going to be able to pop out. He runs out of time anyways.
2 rounds in the books. Jake Dillon, as tough as they make him. He's been in some bad spots in multiple locations. He's eaten the worst of the punches. And it's been Alvarado controlling this fight thus far. Dictating the pace, dictating where it takes place. So Jake Dillon, you know, you could just tell he's a very intense kid. 19 years old, making his debut, does not want to start things off on the wrong foot. So I'm anticipating Jake Dillon coming out like a bat out of hell in this third round, looking
Probably.
for a finish, because he should know that he needs one right now.
Yeah,
and
and
Tony Alvarado just needs to keep implementing that game plan of control and consistent work.
Yeah, and Tony's got to take his time with those positions and try to sink in that choke because he keeps getting it, but he's not finishing it.
Or he's just really not getting it at all.
That could be it, too.
You know, but some minor adjustments could really change the tide of this fight.
Something fell. Looks like some tape from a glove.
Almost a low blow there.
Nice right hand and
There
a trip.
we go. Let's keep this third round on the feet.
Back in the same position.
Again, if he would just get his hips behind and take control of the position, he'd be able to control this fight a little bit more.
And Jake Dillon looking for the switch for a second
You
there.
know, that does not feel good.
Face lands right in the cage.
Nice crossface.
Great crossface from Tony Alvarado. Jake Dillon with the reversal against the
Back
cage,
up.
though.
Should break off. Try to land some strikes here.
Let's see if he can, create some distance, land some straight punches. But, you know, he looks like he's really just staying alive.
Alvarado really just grinding him out here.
Yeah, if he would just, you know, switch levels a little bit and attack his hips, to be able to get this fight back to the ground.
Very well could be coasting his way to a victory here, thinking he's up 2 rounds in the books.
We've seen crazier things, though.
We have.
Hands of class, full back take now for Tony Alvarado, and he lands a couple of short punches. He's not really trying to put the hooks in. He's kind of just riding the position right now, being economic with his movements.
Jake back up.
Now he's got the double underhooks. Let's see what he can make happen.
Good, doing a good job swimming in for inside control here. You know, trying to maintain a fairly neutral position. Again,
Alvarado back in.
I think we're on the same page here. It looks like he's just trying to coast to a victory. Dillon really seems to have lost all steam in his sails.
Well, you know, first amateur fight, that adrenaline dump is real.
Oh, it's incredible.
So real. You don't
Incredible.
ever know exactly how to deal with it until it happens to you a couple of times.
You know, I lost my first amateur fight. I think it was like Cage Titans 4. The first night we did it at Memorial. No, I apologize. Not Memorial Hall. We're at Memorial Hall. It was at the local 103 in Dorchester.
Tony Alvarado finishing this fight in top position. 10 seconds left to go in this third and final round.
Into mount.
You know, and like you said, controlled grappling. You know, not really solidifying those back takes in those positions, but 3 rounds in the books. They go the distance to Jake Dillon and Tony the Tank Alvarado. And what a fight it was. The debuting Jake Dillon, putting everything he had in there, lands that first punch right out the get-go, and then is able to survive a dominant grappling game for the rest of the fight. But Tony the Tank looking great with his ground and pound, ended up putting some good strikes together over the course of that fight. His takedowns look good, and his transition looked great. Great amateur fight.
Yeah, Tony Alvarado definitely the better man tonight in this matchup, but there is no shame on behalf of Jake Dillon. He went out there, gave it his all. You know, not too many people know what he's going through to make that first walk up the stairs to get in the cage to fight another human being.
Yeah, and like Andy said, that adrenaline dump is real. And when it happens, you got to be ready for it. But, you know, 2 great camps here. Great fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for these 2 warriors. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. With scores of 30-27 across the board, we have your winner by unanimous decision, Tony the Tank Alvarado!
So Tony the Tank Alvarado walks away with the victory. 3-round decision. Lots of control there. Lots of great positions for Alvarado. And Jake Dillon, I mean, we said, 19 years old? We'll definitely see him back here again. But tonight is the night for Tony Alvarado.
No question. US MMA always prominent in the Cage Titans events, as Tony the Tank Alvarado explodes on the scene with a dominant grappling game and a well-earned victory.